Thank you. My name is Paul Mwafongo from Tanzania Embassy here in DC. I'm actually representing my ambassador, Ambassador Ribareta Mlamula, who is actually away in Tanzania at the moment. He has actually been... oh, thank you. Okay, technology. Thank you for the technology. So I was just actually introducing myself. Paul Mwafongo, my name. I'm from Tanzania Embassy here in DC. Probably a couple of you guys, you may be familiar where the embassy is. I just want to invite you to Tanzania. And if anybody have never been to Tanzania, I'll bring Tanzania to you. Thank you for being here. Actually, I was told to be in this seminar, although I may say the ambassador was invited to this seminar. Unfortunately, he's away, and I'm just coming back from my holiday, actually from Tanzania. I'm not an expert in agriculture, but let me say that I don't know what my colleague have said before I came. I just want to say that everybody wants to invest in Tanzania. Please come and invest in agriculture. Agriculture is a promising sector in Tanzania. And as you know, Tanzania depends on agriculture in terms of food production. It contributes almost more than 28% to the GDP. And again, it employs more than 70% of the population of Tanzania, actually 75%. The sector has experienced a steady growth over the last decade, let me say is that, and we have maintained a growth of a rate of about 4%. And again, over the last decade, the government spending on agriculture has been rising, although the figures has not been satisfactory in terms of meeting the actual demand of the financing required in agriculture. So we actually appreciate for the support we are getting from the different donors, including the Federal Republic of Germany, also the government of the US, the United States is also supporting a lot in that sector. We have also experienced quite significant progress in agriculture in terms of food production, and also in terms of nutrition. Tanzania is actually working so aggressively in fighting against food insecurity and hunger, including malnutrition, disease, and poverty. Let me touch a little bit of the recent figures we are having for the food security situation in the country. Tanzania had a good harvest, for instance, in 2013, 2014 agricultural season, to the extent that the country has been in food surplus by 125%. And let me say also, we have a lot of programs in the country which are addressing the sector in terms of raising productivity, but also raising production in terms of the volumes of the different food crops, but also other crops which are non-food crops. Let me also touch a little bit about the challenges we are having. The major challenges we are having in the country include inadequacy of the application of technology in farming, difficulty of access to capital, but that's the aspect of financing, inadequate agro-processing industries, and access to marketing. Some of these areas, I think my colleague have been discussing, have made a lot of research on those areas. And we also have a very poor rural infrastructure in terms of roads, bridges, but also in terms of electricity. That's why we are also supporting the power initiative, which has been introduced recently by the Obama administration. But also, we are also facing the climate change. That is a reality everywhere. I think that is an area which is being addressed, but we need a research effort in that area, because it's not an easy task to address climate change. Let me say that I may not want to go into all these areas. We have a lot of initiative. One of the biggest initiatives we're having to address food insecurity is through the big results now. I think my colleagues have been saying about that. With the vision is in the agriculture sector is that we, for the time being, in the big results now, we have 3 value chains by improving irrigation infrastructure and management to increase production and productivity, especially rice, maize for food crops, and sugarcane production. Those are the main areas which we are actually focusing. We have a number of priorities where we think investors and business from all over the world, including the US, can come with us and work with us. And for example, in the irrigation infrastructure in the Zygot corridor, that is quite a huge program which actually is attracting the commercial investment. So we want everybody to come with us and work with us, but also advancing in science and technology. And we need to partner with institutions, including the research institutions actually, including the universities, to make sure we have sufficient knowledge and also all the skills which you require in that area. But also, we also need investment in local fertilizer production and all the things that go around inputs for agriculture. Thank you.